Good day. The 37 essential movements. Movement number 19. Wave hands like clouds. Wave hands like clouds, generally known as cloud hands, is a quite well known exercise and movement of Tai Chi, often synonymous with Tai Chi. Cloud hands, a rather complex movement because the upper and lower bodies are doing two different things. So we will analyze all this in detail for you. First of all, the upper body, the movement of the two arms. Now, a lot of people have problems with this. Coordinate the two arms and move them as one. We must respect this line and this line, as I've explained in previous videos. This central line, the wrist must not cross at any point in Tai Chi. And the eyebrows, the wrist must not go higher than the eyebrows at any point. These two become extremely important in the practice of cloud hands, as you can see. The right side of the body is protected by the right arm. The left side of the body is protected by the left arm. The arms are in the form of the half moon. This is the peng-jing arm. Three parts working together as one, both arms. So the movement of the arms is peng. Peng here and lu a little bit towards the bottom. Depends on the applications. This I will explain in detail at another point. For now, think of this as a ward-off arm, peng, ward-off arm. So this protects the right, this protects the left. We want to coordinate them together. This is not simple for some people. Now it really depends. I've been a little bit surprised in this because personally I didn't have too much difficulty with this. But in my teaching, I've noticed some people who have very little movement experience can do it at first try. Others, like professional dancers, sometimes have had difficulty coordinating these two arms. How you can really do it, I don't think I can really explain that. It's something you have to feel. It's a question of practice, perhaps. If you really have difficulties, one arm at a time. One, 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 one. Do that for a few minutes and at some point you will be able to, hopefully, get to this. You can practice sitting down, by the way. And you can hold the ball like this. This is a wave hands practice with the positive, negative poles. It makes a lovely sitting meditation. You can feel the chi flow between the palms after a couple of minutes. Try it, get the feeling, why not? The other thing is I would like to show you whilst I'm sitting here. I did this in a couple of videos ago. I think most of you have already seen this if you're following this series, but I will repeat it for the sake of clarity. The hips now can't move, which is fine, because that allows us to work the waist. Now the waist here, when we're sitting, when the hips are kind of frozen in place, I don't like that term, but you understand what I mean. The waist is free to turn. So in cloud hands, the hips are going to move laterally, like this. The lower body is going to move laterally. And as we turn, we're going to turn a little at the waist. The waist is going to move. It's excellent for the health of the digestive system, spine, and so on. At the beginning, if you are a relative beginner, at least to this movement, and you have problems with respecting this line and this line, don't worry about it for now, okay? The important thing is that you move. This movement opens up the chest area. It kind of massages it and keeps the chi and the breath down where we want it here. No, that's incorrect, I'm sorry. Keeps the breath down here where we want it and allows the circulation of the chi everywhere in the body. This is the macrocosmic orbit. In a standing position, these fingers connect with the big toes. There are strands of chi, which we cannot see, but which circulate over the entire body, including around the inside of the skull, or around the brain. Nourishes the brain. It's a wonderful feeling, wonderful exercise. Cloud hands. Two clouds drifting through a windy sky. So that's the upper body. Now the lower body, lateral movement. When we move, there's a precision when the feet come together. Now we don't bring the feet together like this. There's a space. That space is the width of your fist, approximately. Okay? This we must respect diligently. When you're stepping, how wide you step depends on many different factors. Don't step too wide, otherwise you will find yourself like a drunken sailor, which is not very elegant, and elegance has an important place in the practice of Tai Chi Chuan. So, step, distant step depends on all kinds of factors, as I just mentioned, but when we transfer, and we transfer the weight completely over, so there's one line here from the crown of the head down into the heel, the other foot comes close, width of your fist, okay? Approximately the width of your fist. Lateral movement. Lateral movement is something we do not so often in ordinary life, but from a martial perspective, it's imperative, because with agility, and you can develop your lateral movement and move outside and around the opponent and so on and so forth. Also, it can have applications in ordinary life, non-combat situation. Here's an example. A few years ago, I was crossing a large boulevard, and it was my right of way, but there was a lady coming in another direction and didn't see the lights, didn't see anything, because it was the end of the afternoon and the sun was very low on the horizon, and I understood that she couldn't see, basically. And she turned into the lane where I was, right at me at high speed. I kind of intuited something, I don't know, I felt that I saw her, and I could see that she could not see me, and I could see that she was blasted by the sun, and she was coming around very quickly, and my body just moved laterally, boom, 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 like that, on its own, and the car, whoosh, and I'm still here. So you see, Tai Chi, the martial element of Tai Chi may have its uses, but there are many other practical applications of Tai Chi Chuan in our day-to-day lives. So these are the cloud hands. This is a wonderful exercise. Please try it yourself. Get the feeling. Enjoy the movement. Clouds. Move hands like clouds. Wave hands like clouds. Number 19 in the series of 37 essential movements. We will continue very shortly with the 20th movement, which will be high pat the horse. From single whip. New kind of move. I'll try it this way for you. And this will be followed by a first look at some kicks. That's number 20 in the Essential Series. I will get to that very soon. Thank you for your attention. I wish you great practice. Enjoy. Be well. Goodbye.